Hello my nerdy friends. In this video, we're going to learn how to calculate density. But before we start, let's ask ourselves a question. What is density? Well, let me explain it to you in a simple way. Well, density tells us how packed matter is. In simple words, density is equal to how much mass is squeezed into a certain space. For example, a heavy object in a small space has high density, and a light object in a big space has low density. That is why a rock will sink and wood will float. Now, the very important part in this tutorial is that you need to remember the density formula. The density formula simply means mass divided by volume. As you see, that symbol looking like a P is not the letter P, but it's curled. That is the symbol for density. So don't forget the formula. Now, let's talk about the formula. What does each variable mean? Well, mass, the letter m, the variable m, simply means how heavy something is. This can be measured in grams or kilograms, while v, the variable v, stands for volume, and that simply means how much space is there, and that can be measured in cubic centimeters or cubic meters. And that symbol looking P, that is the final unit you will have because you're looking for density. So a final unit example could be grams per cubic centimeters. So always remember to divide mass over volume. Let's talk about some important units you must know. Let's talk about quantity, mass, volume, and density. The quantity for mass, the units are grams and kilograms. These are the most popular units you will see in problems. And for volume, you will see cubic centimeters, cubic meter, or milliliter. And now, you must always remember that 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter. This is very useful. Don't get tricked. And density, well, a final unit example, if we're working with grams and cubic centimeters, well, you will get a final unit of grams per cubic centimeter. Now let's practice a problem. We will practice this step by step. It says that a rock has a mass of 200 grams and a volume of 50 cubic centimeters. Now, the first step of all is to remember the density formula. Well, density is equal to mass over volume. You were given the mass and the volume, 200 over 50. So, you're going to divide 200 over 50. 200, you simply cancel 1 0, and now it's easier to divide. 20 divided by 5 will give you 4 grams per cubic centimeters. This is our final answer. Now let's talk about floating versus sinking. This concept is very important, and it's a topic you should remember when you learn about density. Now, something to remember is that water's density is equal to 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Now, if something is less than 1, it simply means that it will float. If something is equal to 1, it will suspend. And if something is greater than 1, simply means that it will sink. This is why oil floats on water. Now, how about finding the volume of an irregular object? What if the object isn't a perfect cube? Well, there's something called water displacement. And let's talk about this method. Well, this method is used a lot when finding density. It simply has 5 things you need to remember, and they're very simple. The first pointer is that you need to put water in a measuring cylinder, and the first step is to record the initial volume in that cylinder. Next, you drop the object in and you will record your new volume, and then you will simply subtract. Well, there's a little formula for this water displacement method. It is object volume equal final minus the initial volume. Let's practice an example of water displacement. Let's say the water before was 40 milliliter, and then after dropping this object, the water after now is 65 milliliters. Well, once you see differences in volume, you are dealing with water displacement. So don't forget that the volume, how to find the volume, you need to subtract the final minus the initial volume. So 65 minus 40 will give you 25 cubic centimeters. Now, why did I write cubic centimeters and not milliliter? Well, you need to remember and don't forget that 1 milliliter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter. So I prefer to write cubic centimeter. And now let's say the mass of this object was 100 grams. Now if you notice, you have mass and you have volume. So you need to solve for density. So density, don't forget the formula is mass over volume. So you know the mass is 100 grams and you will divide it by 25 cubic centimeters. That should give you 4 grams per cubic centimeter. This is your final answer. Now, in some cases, you will not be given mass or volume. In some cases, you need to rearrange the formula. So let's practice this. If you were to find them, how would you rearrange a formula if you were not given mass and you need to find mass? Well, you remember the formula clearly, right? So you're looking for mass. You need to isolate the variable m. You need to find a way how to leave the m by itself. Well, as you see, m is being divided by volume, so you need to do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. And what you do on one side, you must do on the other side. So on the right side, volume will cancel, and then on the other side, you're going to multiply. And you isolated m, so now you have the formula for finding mass. Mass is equal to density times volume. Now, in some cases, you will not be given the volume, so you need to find the volume. So you remember the formula already for mass. You know mass is equal to density times volume. Now let's try to isolate the variable v, volume. We need to try to find a way how to leave it by itself. As you see, volume is being multiplied to density. The opposite of multiplication is division. So you're going to divide on the right side, and what you do on one side, you need to do on the other side. So density will cancel on the right side, and on the other side you will have the volume for formula, which is volume equal mass over density. So don't forget these 3 important formulas that deal with density. You don't need to remember all of them, but if you can remember the primary formula, which is density equal mass over volume, you can rearrange the variables and you can find mass and you can find volume if you're not given the mass or the volume. I hope this video helps you with density. Thank you for watching.